Hello class, we're going into another video for the Python programming. In this video, we will cover the while loop condition. As you might suspect, a while will continue with this loop until one of two things occurs. Either a break into the loop or there is a response that is being requested in specific on the while that's met. So let's look at our program and let's look at what this does for us as an example. This is a while loop demonstration for a 3-year-old of asking why. As you can see, I initially did the print of a tab and then welcome to the 3-year-old simulator. This program simulates a conversation with a 3-year-old child, and the 3-year-old child always asks why. Now, looking at our Python program, you see the initial print statements, and then I have actually created a variable response equals blank, double quote, double quote. And the reason that is because I want to create a set value in the variable response to start us out with. Now my while condition is basically while my variable response does not equal to because, then it's going to loop into my response input of y. That's how it starts out right here. Once that breaks, it'll break out of this loop, and then it'll default to print oh okay. Now again, this particular input, press the enter key to exit. The reason we do that is that way we would have to hit a space bar or something to exit out of our actual program. So let's go ahead and try this program just to give you an understanding of how this works. So my first answer is well, I can do this forever until I say specifically because. But I also want to note that that because is case sensitive. So even if I did a because small b, it's not going to take it. Because I said so, still not going to take it. Not until I write out the specific word because with a capital B. Does it fall out of my loop and it goes into the default OK print. That's essentially how a while condition works. Now I'm going to change it over to another example. Now in this example we still have our 3-year-old, but now I put a count into it. So now when I run this, it looks very similar. The print comes out, simulator, this program simulates a conversation with a child, and I start out with my y on the response input. I'm still looking for the specific because with a capital B, but this time I've added a count. Now similar to the variable response for giving the set value of blank to begin with, I now have another variable called count, and I'm equaling that to a 0. Now what's interesting here is I will initially print out the count, which starts with 0, but now I'm doing a count equals, I'm changing my variable value, count equals, and I'm saying count plus 1. So what will happen is I start out with 0. When it goes through the loop the first time, 0 plus 1 will equal 1. So my count will be changed to a 1. And if I continue to go through the loop, it'll continue to add a 1 to that variable. So the second time it'll be a 2, 3, 4, and so on. Now, I don't want it to continue on forever, and I may not never know to use it because with a capital B. So what I've added was one additional condition here. If my variable of count is greater than 10, break. And what that will do, as I mentioned before in the video, you have two possibilities. You either get the specific response to break out of the while, or a break itself. And this break will allow us, after 10, on the value of the variable count, break out of our loop and then print out the default oh okay. So I will do a couple of these just as I did before, And notice now it's a 0 because that's our initial print value where it starts out with a variable of 0. If I do because, it still has to be literal. So again, there's my count goes to 1. Even if I hit enter key, that's not what it's expecting. So it'll still continue to count up. And it will do so until either it breaks out of the 10 value, or if I show because. I'm going to go ahead and move this up. I'm going to go ahead and get through my 10. Correct. My value has now changed to 10. It is break out of the program, and I default to the OK. And that's how you would do a count, and that's how you would also use the break in order to break that while loop. Now I'm going to show you one more example using a while condition. Now in this example, it's called a while loop demonstration as before, but I created a slap period. Now, on this particular one, I again give it a specific number variable of equal of 2. And I have again my print statements. It explains, you're invited to a play slap game. Give the wrong answer, I'll slap you. Which number will you choose? Pick a number between 1 or between a number of 1 to 3. And this is what, again, my input, as you've seen before. But notice I have to have an int, if you recall in the other videos. Our answer in return is a number. So it has to be an integer value for our variable number. And what I'm looking for is a 2. So again, my while condition, while that number variable is not equal to a 2, it's going to go through the loop. I'm going to have my initial print get slapped across the cheek and it stings badly. And he's going to ask you yet again. So let's go ahead and play this. So let's choose 1 first. And again, since it's not a 2, it goes through the loop. I'm going to get slapped across the cheek and it stings badly. With another number between 1 and 3. And I continue to do this until, of course, I hit 2. Let's hit 3. And then finally 2. And you can go now. So that is a basic demonstration of the while condition or the while loop condition and how that works for you.